We back on another edition, man. Y'all know who it is, Mr. One Gotta Go Show, man.
And it's the other 50%, Mr. J File.
And this is the Front Page Podcast, baby. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on YouTube, all social media platforms, because whenever something on the front page, it's cracking when it's
always
on the front
cracking
page.
on the front page.
And then when I woke up this morning, you know what was on the front page this morning?
Tell me.
Podcast Studios. Get yours now.
Get yours
That's
now.
what I seen. I seen Podcast Studios. Get yours now. So it's like, man, we go to this dope-ass podcast place in Las Vegas called the Pod Place.
Let's go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And, we met this brother, man. He welcomed us with open arms. He came in and told us we could set up shop, make this show home, put a bed in here if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I really love that because some studios, man, they treat you like business, but some studios treat you like family.
Exactly.
And definitely the Pod Place definitely treats you like family
for sure.
when you come into the spot, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to introduce the man of the
Bring
hour.
Bring him on.
Run one of the most successful podcast businesses in the city of Las Vegas.
Let's go.
I want to introduce on the front page.
On the front
my
page.
man
Oscar,
Man.
what up?
What's up,
Doug,
man?
I've never had an
What up?
introduction like that.
It's only on the front page, brother. Only on the front page.
I'm gassing myself up now.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's all good, bro. Thank you for gracing us, man, with the front page, man. It was only right that, since you opened up your house to us, man, we gonna open up our page for you. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
Them
love.
bars right
That's
there.
love.
He opened
That's
up the
love.
house for us. We gonna open up the page for him. You feel
Let's
what I'm saying?
go.
So
Man,
I
I
guess
love
just to dive right in, bro, we want to give the people so much knowledge because, Oscar, I know you know as well as a lot of people, the podcast era is growing and growing and growing and growing. And I just want to know, man, first of all, before we get into the meat and potatoes, how did you even start podcasting? Where did it come from?
Man, it was totally an accident. So I started a podcast as a method to acquire clients, right? So I always kind of had a social media thing cracking for a while, and I knew like higher ranking members of society to get them on. I was like, yo, come pull up to the podcast. I'll do some content, get them in the ecosystem, give them their social media edits. They see what we do as an organization, and then they sign up with us. That was the only reason I started a podcast. Oh, for sure. And then this place came to be on accident because my wife had an e-commerce business. She was like, we want to grow it. We had a lease in a really bad part of town, like Maryland and Sahara, and there was just like homeless people, crackheads, police everywhere. And she was going there with my young daughter. I think she was like 1 or 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. And one day I went down there, and it was just crazy. I was like, dude, we got to get you out of here. So I signed the lease on this place. Then this was a brand new construction, so it took like 3-4 months to build. Halfway through that, she was like, I don't want to do this no more. I was like, what? I signed the lease. I put the money down. Like, what do you mean you don't want to do this no more?
Up.
What you mean?
Straight up.
So I had, because of like my, because mostly I run the organization on the Pathfinder side. Now I had all these cameras, I had all these lights I didn't use anymore really, just from, calling the plays and stuff. So I brought them all here. I listed it on PeerSpace. It started getting booked out on PeerSpace, and I was like, man, this could be a real business. We made the website, we started running the ads, and man, the rest is history. We're set to open up 8 more next year. So
that's super dope. You said 8 more next year.
8 more next year.
We gave him we said that in the city we thought it was only one, but this man got multiple locations.
Next question is, how does the front page become business partners?
Man, let's figure it out.
That's
bro. However you want. Let's talk about it, bro.
That ain't just camera talk.
Yeah,
that's real talk.
That
ain't just camera talk.
Bro, however we could get it.
Man, my next question for you though, Oscar, man, let's get right to the meat and potatoes, man, because somebody like me, I'm more in tune with the numbers and what is this and how much is this and how much is this. If I had $1 in a dream, right? Say my dream, I wanted to have a podcast studio, right? I got $1 in the dream. What's a real amount that I would need before I even think about opening up a podcast studio?
Man.
And hurt these people feelings if it's expensive. Because a lot of people want to do podcasts. You feel me? So
man, that's a great question. And so as a media company or a videographer, right, like everybody's like, oh, I'm starting a media company. I'm a videographer, whoop-de-whoop. There's a low barrier of entry. So there's a bunch of them, right?
Right.
So we just opened up LA. It's 2 weeks in operation. 2 weeks ago, so we're still, working out the kinks. $25,000 for 2 rooms, and that's just for the gear, everything in here just to get it to work. Then you still need your software, you need your payroll, you need your ad spend.
Okay,
so
wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back up. You said 25,000
just to open this
So
motherfucker up.
25K.
just to open it
25K
up. Okay, what's
get
in
you
that
get
open?
yeah,
Are
give
we
you
talking about first month, last month, security deposit?
nah,
Are we
yeah,
talking
give you the
about that?
location and
Are
the
we-
and the,
yeah.
he said the
Yeah.
location and the equipment.
Yeah, so 25 grand, you got your lease. You get 3 cameras, all the lighting, all the furniture, computer, desks. I mean, everything. Yeah, everything you see in here.
Yeah.
This one was cheaper because I had everything, but LA, 25 grand is what it cost us.
Okay.
And that's just base level, open the doors. Then you still have to run. You gotta fund an employee for at least 90 days. So
sure.
that's another like 12 grand. And then you got to run ad spend for at least 90 days. So that's another like 6 grand. So probably all in like 30, 40.
30, 40 grand.
Just to get started.
Just a 90-day runway, just to
Just a
see if it's
90-day
gonna work
run.
for you. You
Got
know
it.
Y'all
what I mean?
better not get discouraged. I know that number was huge,
Nah.
but don't get discouraged, especially
Yeah.
if your content is
Yeah,
good.
take money
Yeah.
to make money.
Yeah. But then on average, every we make 3 to 1. So like for every dollar we put into the business, we make 3 out of it on average.
That's not
So
bad.
It's not bad. Yeah. So it does pretty well. It does really good. We're in a great position, but yeah, it's a barrier of entry. Like, so I would say get some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, go
Well,
ahead,
because
go ahead.
you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, how it runs. And so what is for those who don't know, what does the day-to-day operation look like?
Man, so day to day, we come in, we open it up, we turn the lights on. I think it's mostly for us, right? Every other studio has got their own thing, but for us, it's an experience. So like what we're selling is an experience. The content just happens to be the byproduct of it, right? So we're selling a feeling, an energy, an emotion. We want to treat everyone as if they're rock stars. Like we want to be everybody coming through is like Mario Lopez, like you know what I mean? Like everybody's a star. And if you treat everybody as a star, then like you know what I mean? You create that dopamine hit, that neural pathway connection, and then they continue to do business with you. And business is just an energy exchange, right? It's not about like give me some money, finesse.
Right.
Like I operated like that for a long time when I was young. I'm still young. I'm 34, but when I was younger, I was like, man, I could point this camera at people. They'll give me money. Pfft. Suckers. You know what I mean? So I ran like that for a long time until I started to learn about business and stuff. It's just an energy exchange. You treat people right. You give abundantly. People fuck with you. They give back to you abundant. They spread the word. And, we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Basically what he's saying, man, come to the pod place.
Come to the pod
And he
place.
gonna
To the
treat
pod
everybody
place.
like you deserve to be on the front
Like
page.
a rock
You
star.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be a rock star.
Like
But
a
now,
rock
my next
star.
question for you, man. I know the day-to-day operations is huge, Rob. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
But my next question is, because I'm still all about the bread over here. You feel me? And 25, 30 to 40,000, it's a lot of people who might not have that on hand.
Yeah.
You could probably get your credit right. There's probably a lot of things you could do to obtain that bread.
Yeah.
But talk to me about the people who only got 5,000, 6,000 under the mattress, bruh. And
Man.
they got a dream. And they feel like, okay, well, if I can't get a studio, maybe I can post it up in my garage.
Yeah, how
Or
can they
maybe I
start
can post
there?
this up in my room. I
Yeah.
got 5,000, 6,000. Is that something
Yeah,
that's feasible?
100%, bro. So you literally, I do this corporate training. You could do the shit with the phone. You get a phone and a light, like one of these lights, $100. Get a phone and a light. The new phones, they shoot in Cinema Raw. You could set it up like that. You get a little mic, a little lavalier. Those are like, you get them for $50, and that's all you need. You just need to get started. Like if you got just $1 in a dream, start building your audience, right? Build your content, put it out, figure out the recipe. Like UT, you know what I mean? Figure
Front
out the
page,
formula,
baby.
start putting it out, get started, get going, and like you don't need a whole lot of resources. The only reason people think they need resources, if you peel all the layers back, it's the fear of criticism, right? Like we tell ourselves a story like, oh, I need to record inside a studio, or I need to get a $3,000 camera, and I need this lens, and I need this light. Everybody has their own story, right? Like everyone thinks it needs to be a certain way,
sure.
but why? Like why does it need to be a certain way? Because they're like, it needs to be good when it puts out. Okay, why does it need to be good when it puts out? Because, I don't want so-and-so to think I look silly. Who? My aunt, my mama, my grandma, like somebody's
Right,
gonna
right.
talk shit, right? So then you peel that layer back, it's the fear of criticism. It's like the fear of being criticized by your friends, your peers, your family. So like, that's really what prevents people from getting started. You don't need a whole lot of shit to get started, bro.
you
Everybody
don't.
got it in their pocket
No,
to
you
get
don't.
started. So
All
You just
it
gotta
is
get
is one of
started.
these, baby.
yeah, that's it,
just
man.
get started.
So-
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you come places like this, like we give you a lot of support, and you get the, you know, not just the support technically, but like the support, like we fuck with you guys, like, you know what I mean? We're reposting all your shit. We're sharing all.
Oh, they
shit.
repost
collab like a
everything,
motherfucker.
baby.
Well, yeah,
They
be
treat
on
us
the-
like we on the front page
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
population.
yeah,
that's
for
for sure. You know what I mean? We're your biggest fans. Like we
Right.
fuck with the people. So like that's what it is about. Like, and then I didn't really finish the operations. Like, yeah, we you know we treat people good. We turn on the cameras. We make sure we get all the stuff. They come in. We upload the footage. We edit it. We upload it to them. And then yeah, that's basically the operations. Then it's just like over and over again. We
Watch,
also
rinse,
do.
repeat.
Another, like an added bonus that we do, we don't tell people that they get it, like we don't offer it, but we do those behind the scene videos. Like we do those videos, which is another value stack, right? We just give so much, like, hey, bro, you thought it was hard? Here, have this dope ass video. Like,
Yeah.
so that's part of our operations process. It's like give more than you're expecting, because people not only they come through and they get a great experience, they're like, the first thing they do is check their phone, like, what?
The value.
When did this happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm right here on the front page.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, straight up. But my next question for you is, man, what do you think at this point in your career, right? Because you've been a few places, opening up some new businesses. You're thriving in this area, right? What do you think is more important to a studio? Is it expensive equipment or a good ass engineer?
Bro, honestly, it's experience. It's the experience and the hospitality. It's like, I think we're in Vegas, and that's where I came from. Like, you know, I built up my little egg to invest from the hospitality industry. I was in the restaurant industry and stuff. So I think the experience, bro, is the most important. Like, obviously the engineer has to be, you have to be competent, and the equipment has to be good. But I think what separates us is the experience. If I had to pick like an engineer or the equipment, I would say probably the engineer, because like, man, back in the day, there used to be like the #1 studio in Vegas. It was called Sticky Paw Studio, and they shot on iPhones, and they were booming, bro. Like they had like
Wait
the
a
market
minute, all on iPhones?
all on iPhones, bro.
None of these $10,000 cameras you
None
have
of
in here?
none of them.
that?
Yeah, bro,
Wow.
on iPhones. They had cool sets and shit, but like, and they were the first podcast studio I knew of, and they were crushing it for a little bit. I met the owner. They had some problems with operations, and it like fell apart. But yeah, so I would say if I had to choose between a camera and an engineer, I would choose the engineer, because the engineer is gonna give them that experience. You know what I mean? That like human touch, that like that hospitality, that feeling special. And really, like I said, that's what it's about, bro. Is giving people that experience, and they'll come back and fuck with you, even if you got iPhones.
No, I agree. I'm a big believer in experience and value. You like you're saying, you know, by the time you done, you already got content.
Yeah.
That's value.
Yeah.
Time is valuable, right? So you just cut so much time out of these people's life, and you know, and getting this together. What, like a business model? What is the best business? How did you come up with your business model? Because so many podcasts use different business models.
Yeah.
They go about it all kind of different ways. How did you come up with your structure and found out like this works?
Man, so I read a lot of books. So I think like if you want to be rich, the first thing that you need to do is start expanding your consciousness. Like read books. So Napoleon Hill and the 16 laws of success. I forget what. Yeah, 16 laws or principles of success. One of the laws and principles is always give more value than your cash exchange. Yeah. And I always just stuck to that, bro. Like and for me, it feels like it gives me more leverage. Like, you know, like if someone gives me $10, but I give them $20 worth of shit, and they want to complain about the $20 worth of shit, it like, to me, I'd be like, man, I gave you $20 worth of shit. Like, what are you tripping about? Right. Like, you know, so it gives me more leverage in business. Like people, like it makes it harder for people to have a complaint with you or anything. 'Cause like you gave them so much, you over delivered so much that like, most of the time they have more benefit. Like, you know, they're going to mess with you for the long term. They're going to keep coming back, refer you out business, keep working with you. So like, that's just always stuck with me, is like give way more than they expect to receive. And it's like a surprise. It's like when you get a present and you didn't know it. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know this was. So for this, the business model is like the $99 offer, right? Like, which again, studios with this type of shit, they're charging like $300 an hour, right? And then they don't do the behind the scenes videos. They don't repost their tag, like all this shit.
Don't.
So so that's just an added value. So I was like, okay, the $99 offer crushes. And you know what's crazy? I was just looking at our books.
Yeah.
We market the $99 offer. You know what the average customer spends with us is $400. So that means we're marketing like a $99 product, but they spend $400 with us. Like, you know what I mean? So it works out. And that's, I think other studios are like, you know, man, $99, that's way too cheap. I would never do that shit. But like, you know what I mean? They let people refer us, and we're really busy. So
y'all got great referrals, bro. Because I'm glad you asked him about that, Rob, about his business model and stuff like that. Because my next question for you, because you know I'm all about the bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the bread over here, baby.
Dog, you know what I'm
saying? And okay, you told us, okay, whether we had 5,000 or 40,000, say we did each. We got one buddy over here did his for 5. You got one homie over here did his for 40,000. Now, what's a 90-day plan we can give these people to have them turn it into bread?
Man,
you up and running.
For
here go 90 days. This is what you need to do after your investment to turn it around. Because you moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
Man, I met him. How long ago we met? Like a month ago?
Yeah.
Now he got 19 studios. At first, this was just one studio. Now he got 19.
Right.
So I'm like, man, so whatever
So obviously
you doing,
it can happen in 90 days.
Right. Obviously, a lot can happen in 90 days. So I'm just saying, so we done. The homie in the garage with his 5,000. The homie over here with his $40,000 studio. How do we flip that into a 90-day turnaround?
Man, all right. This is exclusive. All you podcast studio owners, or if you're starting a podcast, this is exclusive for this model. Like if you're just starting a podcast, the model is different, but I'll tell you exactly how we did it with the Pod Place. So first thing, like you got to have all the mechanics, right? You can't give a dope service or a great product without having the good shit. Like even if we gave you the best experience, but you were recording on iPhones, you'd be like, I mean, he's cool and shit, but they're coming out on iPhones and shit. Like, you know, so the product has to be number one, hard. Like, it has to be dope. Like, best as it could be. So that you can't discount that. So you got to have, I mean, it would help if you have all these fucking $10,000 cameras. Number two, the experience, right? Like, make sure you prioritize the experience. You're giving them a great experience. Number three, give them way more value than you're asking. And then now we're getting into the bread, right? Like those are principles. And then number one, when it comes to the money, is you're gonna want to come up with an offer. So like a gimmick. Like I know Origin Studio has $500 unlimited, and we're gonna copy their shit. I don't care. Like we taking it. Like you know what I mean?
Hold on, we just got one rule on the front page before you say anything. All the other podcast studios out there, we love you. We only talking about the Pod Place.
Yeah.
So no name dropping.
Oh, sorry.
You say other studios out there. This is one platform, baby. The front page and the Pod Place. Baby.
That's right.
So other studios charge
they got their offers, right? Other studios have their offer.
Okay.
We have the $99 offer. So come up with an offer, like something that is marketable. So for us, it's the $99 offer, and it crushes it. Like we print money with that. We get 3-to-1 on our ad spend. Then the second after that, you're gonna want to film an ad. There's a lot of science to it. You could probably find it on YouTube, but the basic structure is the hook, then the value proposition, and the call to action. So are you looking to start a podcast? We could give it to you for $99. You don't need anything. Click the link. I got you. So basic framework, right? There's a lot of ways to do it. Then you want to get a Facebook Meta account. You put some money behind that. I would start with $100. With $100, you could turn that to $300. And we did it in LA. Like we literally did it in LA. I
watched them do it in LA.
Doug, we do not have here. The studio had a good foundation because my connections and shit. But like in LA, I don't know nobody. We're running straight ads, and we're still running 3-to-1. So for every $1 in, we get $3 out. So so then you run an ad. Then you want to set up your funnel, right? The back end funnel. So then once you have a call to action to the website, we use DM funnels. That's my secret sauce. Where they like comment the word whatever, we send them the thing, and then we have an automation process where we get their name, their email, and then we send them the link to the offer with the discount code. And then after that, you watch the motherfucker print money. Like the motherfucker just print money. That's it. That's the whole game. That's the whole game. I should charge them money. Hey, they need to pay me for this one. Make it exclusive.
Man, they do. My next question to you, bro, is how did you go about getting, you probably already answered this, but I want you to break it down in more detail for the people that's trying to start their own podcast studio out there. How did you go about getting your first client, and what did you do to keep them? Like, was it through ads on social media, or did you pick up the phone and be like, hey, man, I opened up a podcast studio, but I know you do your thing. Come through, support me? Like,
So in Vegas, I've been doing media and videos and stuff for a long time. So that was like a lot of my network came through. Like, you know, they saw me starting a new thing, and they like booked our first session in Vegas. Her name is Lenore Paolo. She did the music thing here too. She's a dope musician. She was our first session in Vegas. In LA, I didn't know anybody, bro. Like, so my strategy is, I invite people to, I post on Threads. I'm like, anyone in LA want to do a podcast? And I'll get like 50 messages like, yo. And I'll just line them up. I'll be like, okay, I'm there Thursday, Friday. I'll line up like 3 on each day. They come through. But that's not how we got our first paid client. Like, our first paid client was just through an ad, bro. We set the ad. It was a $99 offer. They bought not only a $99 offer, they bought an edit. So it was $150. It cost me $56 to get that client. And then I pay the studio engineer $40 $40.
I was about to say, what intro?
Right.
I know Josh ain't having that.
I gotta start tipping Josh.
For sure.
So we pay her $40, so $56 plus $40, and then I made $150. So I made like almost whatever that is, like $60 off that. And then we did it again, and we booked like 3 or 4 sessions now within the last week and a half. So. That's it. I mean, bro.
Look, you heard it first on the Front Page podcast. Oscar teaching y'all how to turn $1 into $3.
Yeah.
It's $100
into $300, man.
A lot of people with podcast studios, they won't give you the sauce. That's why Oscar's the real dude.
But it can apply for any business. It's the same metric. Right. It doesn't have to be. You could do the same thing if you're a videographer or for the barbershop. Like, it's the same thing, bro. You do the offer, right? You make the video, you do the offer, you run the ad, and then you capture them and convert them. Like that. It's the same sauce for everything. It works for everything. We just happen to do a studio business, but we could do it for anything. And this is a lot of years of marketing, right? Like, I've been running a marketing firm for a long time, and I have all kinds of clients, real estate developers, lawyers, solar companies, door-to-door alarm companies, window companies. So like, it works for everything. I've just been doing it as a service for so long that now this is the byproduct of us doing it for ourselves.
Right.
Right, bro.
So for those who are just starting, I'm a bit of an overthinker. So I like to look for obstacles along the way, right? Things to avoid. So what are some things that you would say to avoid or not do or not worry about or not overthink in the process of getting started? So
if you're going to run ads specifically, man, you know what it is? It's a lot of people have an emotional connection with money, positive or negative. Like, it's something that's, you have to like get past that before you could scale it, because what starts to happen is, you spend $100 and nothing's coming in, and you're like, oh fuck, $100, it's not working. You spend $200, you're like, I don't know about this. It's 200 down, like that's 200. 300, you're like, fuck this, pull the plug. Nope.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you have to, like, I have a system where I go for $20 conversions. Like, if anything costs me more than $20 to get a person's contact, it's too high. It's like, I'll turn it off. I'm not going to lose the money. But I was just sharing this story the other day, is on my Pathfinder ad account, I could show you there's $12,000 that I spent in ad spend since 2020. I didn't make any money from those $12,000 until last year. And then I made it was like 13 or 14,000 off an offer. I cracked the code. I was doing like consulting, and then I'll do your edits. So like, I'll consult you on how to film your stuff, and then you give us all your content. We'll edit it on the back end, and we charge $2,000. I sold like 6 of them, like boom, boom, boom. But it was 5 years of losing money, trying shit, right. And it wouldn't work. But the way I also look at it, while I was in that process, like of those 5 years, I would spend like whatever thousands of dollars on advertising, and I would get business, but it wasn't from the ads. So I always look at things from an esoteric, like, universe perspective. Like, if you're shaking a tree, like, apples are gonna come down. It don't matter, like, if they come down over there or over there, like, the apples will come, you know? So I feel like if you're trying your hardest and you have good intention and a high belief that it's gonna work, like, it might not come from the way you're trying, but it'll come from a different way. And so that's what would happen with me, is I'd be like running these ads, I'm making these videos, like doing some crazy shit. I'm like, all right, this is gonna work. Like, I feel good. I'm telling the team, like on the team calls, like, we're gonna do this, it's gonna work. And then we launch it, 1,000 out, Doesn't work. But then in the meantime, I would sign like 3 other clients for like $5,000 a month, right? And like that didn't come from the ads.
Gotcha.
And then I'd be like, all right, we're cool for now. Fuck advertising for now. Like we got this, like, you know. So it would just work out for me. Like, so I would say you have to have faith in anything that you're doing, because I'll tell you this, like faith is not like, you know, we grew up Catholic. My wife is Jewish. Her parents are Orthodox. So there's a lot of rituals in religion, right? And faith is not like sitting there and doing the rituals. Like my mom is Catholic. She's like, I'm going to do the rosary 500 times, like, you know, pray and shit.
Right.
That's not faith, bro. Faith is like starting a podcast. Like, man, I got to spend this bread. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm going to try it, right?
Believing in yourself.
Yeah, and you take that step, right? Like, I'm gonna put 25 down in LA. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. That's faith. That's God faith. Like, that's real life, universe, God faith. Where fear is false evidence appearing real, right? So if you have fear, like,
one more time, you know, we know we spit bars here.
Appearing real. So
FEAR, baby.
False evidence appearing real.
So if you have false evidence appearing real, right? Like, I have fear to spend the $100 to start my podcast, or I have fear to spend the $100 to run the ad. I have fear to put the 25,000 down. Like, it's the same energy. It's an imaginary energy. It's just different sides of the coin.
Right.
And so, like, I would say, yeah, if you're gonna overthink of it, is like you really just gotta have faith, and you have to fail forward and learn the lessons.
Absolutely.
Because I almost think of it now, it's like it's delusional to think you're gonna hit a home run the first time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, let me fuck it off and get the feedback fast.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
And try your best. But so I don't know if I answered that.
No,
but
you did. No, you did.
A little crazy.
Nah, really, just to sum it up, it sounds like, you know, you really paying homage to the words of King Nip. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's a
mean?
marathon.
It's a marathon for sure.
I bet.
Boom. There we go. Caught it just in time.
For sure. Hey, yo, man. And then my next question, Oscar, man, you dropping so many gems on this one, man. I love how you played on that word, the lessons that you learned and through this journey of yours. You feel me? What's the biggest lesson you've learned about turning the studio into a real business when it's no longer a hobby?
Man.
Like, what's the biggest lesson you learned?
I would say so I would say, you know what, that is just kind of
in the podcast business.
The podcast business. This podcast business is just the pinnacle of my career from everything that I've learned so far. It's just like I've had so many businesses fail, and then the marketing firm has been working since 2016, and that's really what pays all my bills, and that's what helped me invest into this, into the other venture. In this business, if I could sum it up, it's eradicating fear, bro. It's really like I'll share a story with you guys in 2023. It was the biggest my business had ever been, and I didn't have the studio yet. This only started in 2024. So 2023 was the biggest my business ever been. The Pathfinder business was just cranking, bro. Like, I'm talking 80, 90 grand a month, just printing money. Boom, boom. I was young. I was 32, 33, and I had fear, bro. I had a fear of losing it all. I was like, I just had like this fear, anxiety, like, fuck, bro, it's like going crazy. Like, what if I lose it all? Yeah. And so I was skateboarding at a company event with the guys, and I broke my wrist, and I didn't work for like 6 months. But as a byproduct, that fear grew like into a poisonous thought of fear of losing it all. Like, fuck, I'm gonna lose it all. To the point where I almost did lose it all. I went from that much money to like $10,000 a month. I had to do a ton of layoffs. I almost lost it all. And then I corrected myself, and 2024 was a great year. We opened up this place, and now business is back booming. But I took away from that lesson, again, back to your question, the biggest lesson I took away is to eradicate fear, because if I've lost it all so many times, I could get it back. And so now I don't have that fear anymore. I used to have a fear of getting big, like, damn, I have a fear of losing it, or fear of fucking it off if I get to a certain stature. And now I don't have that fear anymore. So my biggest lesson is back to kind of what I was saying, is like to lose the fear and to only focus on faith. And it's human that we're going to have like doubts and insecurities, you know what I mean? 100%. But you train your mind to like, just to switch, like, to laugh, to change, that what if it does work out? Like, I've done a lot of mental exercises to now only have faith. Like LA, I catch myself tripping a little bit, future tripping, like, oh, if we don't hit these numbers, like, we gonna be in trouble. But it'll work out. You know what I mean? It'll all work out. I'm lucky. Shit works out for me. And so I would say the biggest lesson, if you're starting a podcast studio, if you're starting any business, is to have faith. Obviously, you have to do everything right. Like, that doesn't mitigate all the lessons. Like, you're gonna have to bump your head. But have faith that if you continue to persist, if you fail forward, if you learn from the feedback of the failures, a bump in your head, like, it'll work out for you. You know what I mean?
Man, Oscar over here, boy. The Pod Place give you some gems on the front page, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to make sure you get this video and keep this evergreen content in your playback, baby.
And also go and cop y'all some Alki. I'm going to take a little break.
Take a little break, man.
A little parched. I'm going to sip me a little sip of this Alki water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's crispy.
Crispy.
Tell them how crispy it is.
Man, it's
refreshing.
Tell them how crispy it is. And the bottle's so beautiful.
So beautiful, crisp and clean with no caffeine.
You feel me?
Shout out to my man
Clean with no caffeine. You feel me?
Alki, man, go get y'all some.
Y'all better go get y'all some, man. Hit up Mr. Alki, man, on all social media platforms. He's
great
sponsor. We love the homie Day. Man, thank you for gracing the front page, as you do every month, my brother.
Let's go.
But my next question, man, we didn't ask you all that, right? And then, this one ain't about the bread. This is about who you trust. Because you can't have a running business unless it can run when you're not there, which means you have to have a great engineer. So if I did everything you told me to do, right, I got the spot, I spent the money, I'm secure, I got my marketing ready, I'm ready to push the button with my ads and all of that. How do I go about finding a great engineer who I can trust around all my stuff? Because you got some people that'll steal. I'm just keeping it real. You got some people you hire, they look good for a week just so they can steal. Then you got people who come and try to steal clients. Then I'm just saying, how do you pick an engineer? Like, what do you go by? Because we've worked with one of your engineers, and that brother is great.
He's cool.
So how do you go about picking the individuals? Like, what are you grading them off of before you hire them?
Man, first, you need to get insurance. Get insurance on the motherfucking building, all right? 50 grand at least, minimum, right? $1 million, $2 million liability. Just get that. It's $100. I think it's $70.
He made it sound like a lot, but it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Just get that, all right? First and foremost. So if they steal, you can get a brand new one with the insurance check.
For sure.
So, step one. And then step two, man, it's like a leadership thing, right? Like, Josh came to me from like the universe, bro. Again, I'm big on esoteric, like God, faith. I just put out the intention, like I need an engineer, man. I was getting so busy. My other business is like still booming, and I was like, I need somebody. And he came as a referral from like a homie I haven't talked to in years. Like he was just like, yo, I met this kid. He just graduated school. I think he's sharp. Like, are you hiring? I was like, yeah, actually we are. Send him my way. He came through. At first, I'm not gonna hold you, Josh. I was like, I don't know if this kid's got what it takes. Like, you know what I mean? He seemed soft. I was like, you soft, bro. I can tell.
Soft, bro.
I can tell. Like, I don't know. I could tell. But I gave him a shot. I told him like, I'm looking for teachability index. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Break it down for the front page.
Teachability index. What's your willingness to learn new information, and what's your willingness to accept change? So if you have a high willingness to accept change, a 10. But if you have a 0 willingness to learn new information, 10 times 0 or 10 times 0 is 0. So it's 0. You're not a good candidate. Yeah. So a high candidate is I will do whatever it takes. I will change anything that in my life, and I will learn anything you tell me. If I see that they got that, I'm like, okay, they're willing to come in anytime. They're willing to learn anything I teach them. They got what it takes. So that's kind of how I got Josh. And then you lead by example, right? Like you show up every single day. You show him how to do it. My big thing on leadership is lead by example, show them how to do it, and then empower them, right? So like beyond the mechanics, like we make our team do reading, like we read the same book together, and then we do meditation, and then I'm huge on exercise. Like I make them prepare their mind so they could think accurately. So when you could think accurately, you could solve problems accurately. And if you are operating at a high level, then we give our clients service at a high level. So that's all the core. Like, and then once I get somebody to come in, like on my Pathfinder business, my guys have been with me for like 5 years, and they're super loyal to the soil. Once you help someone, like put them on, like unlock their mind, give them the resources and the tool, they stay pretty loyal. Like, they fuck with you for the long haul. And so Josh, I just took him to sushi, spent like $500 with him. He was excited, he's stoked. So I think he's got what it takes. But also, I was very hard on him. I was like I was like on his neck, bro. I was like, I seen you posted this, it's overexposed, your frame rate's not right, like everything, bro. I was on his neck, like making sure that he got to, because we have a standard. Like I want to hold the standard. And so now in LA, you know, same thing. I hired her because she had a high teachability index. She said, I'll do whatever. I'll come in an emergency. I'm down the street. Don't matter. I'll learn it. I was like, cool. I didn't even ask for none of her work. But now mechanically I'm having challenges, but I'm on the same tip, right? Like empathy, leading by example, showing her, but then I'm not letting shit slide. Like we can't deliver a good service because like they have to come back for it to pencil out. So like, you know, I'm just on her neck, like check your framing, check your colors, like what's going on, your audio, like, so yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve. That's probably been my biggest stress in the last couple of days is getting that up to speed. Yeah, getting her up to speed.
Now, did you go to school to learn everything that you learned to be able to teach, or did you learn on the fly and just mastered it as you went?
Yeah, man. I went to school for business to get my associates. I dropped out. I didn't like pursue it. But I think self-development, bro, reading books, learning, teaching yourself, adding value to your stature, and through books, bro. Read books. Like, there's so many books out there.
Tell the Front Page Podcast your favorite 5 books that help you elevate to where you at right now. Because I'm going to read them when I go home. I'm finna read them. Or listen to them, but give the people some
listen
gems,
to them.
Man,
I mean, I start all my guys on the same basic path, like how I started. So the first thing they do, there's a program called Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. I make them listen to that. It's like a 12-hour program. That's like the fundamentals. Like that will really unlock your mind and your thinking. Then it's Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Happy Pocket Full of Money. I forget the author. What else? The Magic of Thinking Big. And
you gotta think big, bitch. Think big, bitch.
And then Psycho-Cybernetics. So if you read those, you're in a good place. But those are the basics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one of the things I'm most proud of is my library at my crib, bro. I got like a full ass library, and one of my dreams is to have like one of those libraries with the slidey. You know what I mean? You slide in the motherfucker like
the old school libraries in the movies. You need the ladder to get this book from up
so I would say the training your mind, bro. And I always use this analogy. I don't know if you've heard it, but like you could break this down. Why self-development is so important is imagine if you're walking through a gold mine, right? And you don't know what gold is. You see this big ass boulder of gold and you kick it and you're like, fuck this boulder. You throw it, right? You don't know the value. When you read books, you understand the value of things. You see the opportunities. So you're walking through the gold mine, you see, holy shit, look at this gold mine. Like, pick up the boulder and take it with you. And that's what reading does. It opens your consciousness to see opportunities in front of you where, like, if you don't have your mind trained, like, you would never get the opportunity. So, like, for example, I'll share a story why we're opening so quickly. So I opened up this studio, right? We met this real estate developer. They own 8 different properties across
here.
Not here, nationwide. So LA, next we're going into Charlotte, Nashville, Tennessee,
I know
Colorado.
Dapper.
Yeah, so Dapper, I know Dapper, yeah.
I know Dapper.
Dapper.
And you know my other homie, Pierre.
Oh, yeah.
That's my partner right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've been out here, bro. I've been
small world, man.
Small city.
Yeah. Anyone who's shaking and moving to run into each other.
Oh yeah, you already
know.
So,
but anyways, so the story, yeah. So this real estate developer, we meet him. We tell him about our business, marketing. He hears me talk, and he's pretty competent, right? He's like, let me introduce you to my partners. They hear me talk. Pretty competent. They know what I got going on. I show them the numbers. Like, not only do I show them the numbers, like, here's my account, here's the other account, this is what it's doing, here it is. And then they're like, this makes sense. They're like, all right, open up in LA. And I was like, cool. They hook me up to open up in LA. I put our own bread down, and they're like, we're gonna do 60 days. If the numbers show what they show, we'll give you a check for $50,000 to do Charlotte. And then the next 50 to 100 locations, right? These guys are like unlimited money, like Illuminati guys. Like, I wouldn't say Illuminati, but like the guy's wife was like Tony Robbins' like right-hand man for like 20 years. So he told me, he's like, we have unlimited money. It just has to make sense. Like, I was like, cool. So they plugged me in, they like me. But had I not been like competent and aware and be able to communicate, same with Dapper. When I met Dapper, he saw like the depth of my knowledge and how I talked and how I moved and how I did shit. And I did some shit for him, bro. I ran his ads, I ran his marketing, I signed him leases. I made him like 40, 50 grand. And he never gave me anything. I never asked for anything from Dapper because I knew that it was better to add value.
For sure.
I told him, I was like, you know what? Don't give me no money. I got an IOU with you. And he was like, all right. So
He respect that.
Yeah,
He
an
respect
IOU
that
with
too.
Dapper is a good.
It's a great IOU.
It's a great IOU.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So that's how I've been maneuvering.
And that's cool because that leads me to my question is like, where do you see, podcast studios going beyond just recording? Like, what's the opportunity there?
So, I mean, there's a ton of opportunity. Just like it's like a content hub. So I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'll tell you right now, in the next 5 years, we're gonna monopolize the podcast studio industry. Like, we will have more podcast studios than anyone in the market. We're gonna be running ads in 50 different states. So imagine like how much clout, like we're going to be a household name. Like we're going to take over the entire market. And not only that, it'll like for guys like you, like if you want to do a podcast tour, let's say like, all right, cool. We got 50 locations with 50 different clients, like plug you in, brrr, you know what I mean? How far your message could go. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know what else they're doing, but I know we're coming to, monopolize the market. We're going to take over the entire market. And
place, baby.
Yeah, we're coming to play big, bro. Like we got big dogs behind us, and again, like they only gave us they only put us in the game. Like we still have to dunk. Like you know what I mean? We still have to score. We still have to win. We still have to play our position in order for it to make sense. Because at any point in time, everything could be taken from you. Like if you're not on point. So we have to stay on point. Like with the leadership, with the product, with the service, with our numbers. Like everything has to be. We still have to play the game. So like I think for a podcast studio, if you're coming up to compete against us, like I wish you guys luck. Like you know what I mean, for real.
But if he did, he gave you the game on
but
how
that,
to
but I'll
compete
tell you,
with him,
yeah.
But you ain't the player.
Yeah.
You still got to put in the
yeah.
work.
Still got to play the game.
You got to
work
play.
ethic like.
Yeah, you got to play the game, and so we're coming to do a major. We're doing all, like I said, we got 8 lined up, and then we're gonna keep going after that. The challenge is not the capital to do it, not the strength to do it, is building a corporate team to build it up fast enough. So like, it took us about 3 weeks to open LA. We need to be doing that every 39 days to hit our goal. So to open up 8 studios in a year, we got to do one every 39 days. So that's what the real challenge is. So we got to build the team to be able to do that.
Yeah. What's the hardest part of building that team, man? You seem like it's kind of hard to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, a regular ass, like somebody got some bread to put up for a podcast studio, don't stand a chance. Like, I've been in the game a long time. I'm young. I'm still a youngster too, so like I'm learning. And that's what Dapper respect too. I'm telling them, I'm young, I'm coming up in the game, high teachability. And tell me what to do, I'll do it right now. Like, but the hardest part is, I think, building people, like building the team, like you said, trusting people, and getting the right people on the bus, because like I just was breaking it down today. It's like we need a purchaser, like somebody that's like, okay, buy all the $25,000 worth of shit, have it there. Then we need somebody like, maybe it's going to be Josh, honestly, I haven't told him yet, but we need somebody like Josh to go, knows how to set up the light, and then know how to train the engineer in that market. And then we need the back end, which is the heaviest, the website, the funnel, the ads, like the whole like technical like IT shit. We need like someone, like a team for that. So like that's been the challenge, is building that team. But once that team is going, bro, we're gonna popping
out of here,
popping them, bro. Yeah.
On a light note, man, I want to let the people, man, you ain't got to really say their name because you well known, nationally known, and locally respected out here. You feel me, Oscar? So, but you running your studio, man, and you even have to engineer sometimes because you will put in the work to run your own place.
Sir.
That's what I love about bosses, baby. They will get their hands dirty when it's time. I love that about you. But have you ever had just a horrible ass podcast you had to sit through? Like, you know what? Y'all motherfuckers suck. I gotta sit here for a whole hour and listen to this bullshit. Like, you don't have to say their name, but I know you got some crazy stories, man. Because everybody ain't hot as the front page that come through. And
that's
I'm gonna keep it 100.
That's funny because I was gonna ask him what was the best, so you could just answer that and then roll right
to
the best.
Sure.
I was gonna ask crazy.
You know what's crazy is, so we'll start with the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I can't remember their names,
Don't say their name.
but yeah, dog.
They might think they tight.
Yeah, that's the caveat of this place, is we're decentralizing high quality content. So anybody could come in here and talk their shit, say whatever they want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I had this one dude kind of saying the craziest shit. Just like, I can't exactly remember, but it was just like loser talk shit, like victim mentality, like preaching like it was the gospel, like everyone's against. damn, I got another one. Hold on.
Come on,
so
with
there
it.
was that guy, and then
Yeah.
just preaching loser shit, and I was just sitting there like, man, this is not the truth. And if he's putting this shit out and people believe him,
You won't
he's
be collabing with him. On
yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah. He's poisoning the fucking people, bro. That's not true. Like, and then there was this other dude. This was more specific, but he had like beef with women, bro. He wasn't gay or nothing, but he just was like, women are destroying men and like all kinds of shit. Like he had probably no pussy for show. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the first thing. And then but yeah, just like angry.
Sure.
And then he would get like women on and they would like fight about shit. And I was like, bro, you not winning the cause this way.
Yeah, the women
that's-
fighting with the women.
Yeah, it was crazy.
man.
I was like, dog, this guy is tripping. Like for real, he got the game fucked up. Like, and then he was like he was like noble. Like he was speaking on behalf of like victimized men, like men who are married are victims. I'm like,
he thought it was Kevin Samuels or something, right? He
I was
thought
like,
he was
dog,
I
a
don't
late
feel
great.
like a victim.
No.
I don't feel like a victim.
no, and dog, you're not married, so how you gonna know? Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yo,
no.
that's even worse. Dude ain't even married. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was more specific. Hopefully, you know, if he sees it, he knows he's gonna be. But whatever.
It
he's not
is.
saying
Hey
that.
man,
But
we
then-
need the name to protect the innocent, bro. You know your shit was whack, bro. We ain't gotta say your name.
we love you all though. Like
We
we
love you.
really
Yeah,
have a
do
safe
your thing.
space for people here. But then, or go ahead.
No, just for his question now.
So now the best, bro, it's hard to pinpoint the best, but like what's really dope is that we get to meet like industry leaders of all types. Like I met some like, bro, I've had like 2 different billionaires in here, like, which is crazy. Like they come in this motherfucker with the sunglasses, take it off. I'm like, damn, they billionaire guys in my little spot. Like, damn, that's
Right,
crazy.
right. That's a good
So one billionaire was like a video game mogul. Like he had what game is that? It's like the ninja shit, and like he's like jumping around.
Fruit Ninja?
Nah, it's
Yeah, I was
like
about to say, kids play
not
that
Final
Fruit Ninja.
Destination. It's like
Shinobi?
Assassin's Creed. Assassin's
Oh,
Creed, yeah,
the
like
developer for
the
Assassin's
developer
Creed?
for Assassin's
Wow.
Creed, like the CEO owner guy was in this
Yeah.
motherfucker, yeah.
Okay.
Which was crazy. And then who else? Like some AI giants, like you know, multi-billion-dollar people, AI guys, like government contracting dudes, like. So what's really dope? It's hard to pinpoint one specific thing. What's another guy? Private equity guys. You get to meet really, really like top of class people that I feel like I would have never got to meet. So that's what's really dope about it too. And like that's what I miss about running the sessions on the day to days, like meeting some of those people. But it's kind of a trade off, you know, for the time and stuff. But that's probably the best people. It's like I said, it's hard to say which one exactly is the best. But
Man,
But it's cool.
but that man to have CEOs of video games come through,
Man,
and big
AI
techs
giants,
come through.
yeah.
It's like, man, everybody come through to the pod place,
man,
baby.
the
pull up
place
to the
to
pod
be.
place.
Pod place is on the front
Ain't no
page,
place
man. You know
like
what
this
I'm saying?
place, so
Ain't
this
no-
must be the place.
This
And
is
now-
the place.
And now we're going to rewind it back. We about to get back to my topic. Because I've been waiting on this question. Because we going to wrap it up soon. But I've been waiting on this question, making all y'all who want a studio hold out. I got you right now, okay? Hold on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We did all that, Oscar. We got the studio open. We got our 90-day plan cracking.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I done spent $30,000 to get this
Yeah.
popping. What's the most, and I don't want to put your complete business out there, but can you just tell the people who's aspiring to get in your shoes and run a hot pod place? Maybe they want a franchise.
Yeah.
Or maybe they want their own. What's the most you've ever made in a month being a podcast studio owner? I mean, you ain't got to put it out there. Just
so-
give some people some motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I would
round
say
And then hurt their feelings and tell them
Yeah.
what you barely made in a month to let them know it's real. You feel
yeah.
me?
So I've heard a couple other podcast studio owners share their numbers. They were hitting like 30-something thousand, which is great. That's a really good number. Our first month, we were $200 short of the lease. The lease is $1,800, so we made $1,600 our first month in operation. And then the last few months have been pretty decent. It's like 15 grand currently, and we're increasing about 30% month over month since the very beginning. So I wouldn't say like this is an infinite business. Like when I compare it to Pathfinder, you know, who does like 80, 90 grand a month, like Pod Place is an infant. This is his first year. Like in October, it'll be 1 year. Like, you know, and we're probably gonna break like 70 grand for the year, which is it's great. It's an infant baby. It's a baby. Like it has the right numbers in the right places, right? Like the percent margins are right, the numbers are right, the cost per acquisition per client is right. It's just baby. So it's taking time, like, you know what I mean? And then we took all our profit out and reinvested it into LA. So that was that. So we're just keeping it going. Like to this day, bro.
To this day. You know we got to go there. To this day. Come on, every time.
To this day, I have not taken $1 out of Pod Place for myself. Like I've never taken any money and like done anything with it. I just run it in ads. I leave it in the account. We took that money, we put it into the LA studio. I haven't taken no money. Like I said, the marketing firm pays for my life and for everything that I do, and so that I'm very grateful for that. And the big play with this is like, and again, this is if you're aspiring podcast studio, the big play is to open up multiple and then exit to a private equity. So because we're connected with the real estate developers who are, you know, upper echelon, the elite class, you want to consider them, they have a plan to exit their development in 5 years. So we're kind of aligned with them where we're going to open up a studio in each one of their locations. And we might not exit to the same private equity company, but we'll exit to a different equity company. And so the goal is to get to 50 in 5 years. They are pushing us, the developers, they want us to do 100.
Y'all
maybe
slow down.
Maybe we do 100. But at 50, I'd like to exit, you know, for a nice multiple and really just, you know, live that life, ball out. Like all I ever wanted to do is ball for a living.
All he ever wanted was a black Grand National.
Black Grand National. Fuck being rational. Get what they ask for. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, man, my next question, bro, this might sound kind of crazy, but you have to ask somebody in your shoes this question because you do run a successful podcast studio. Do you think that as great as AI is getting, do you think that engineers will be replaced when it comes to editing?
That's a good question.
We already AI the edits.
I know, but I'm just saying, like
enough
eventually,
to
do you think
replace?
we won't even need a Josh? Not saying, Josh, you still got your job. I'm just asking. I'm just saying, you was an example, bro. You ain't the example, but
that would be kind of tight. Like, it would be kind of cool if AI could replace like a Josh from like a business owner perspective, because then you would have to like check in, like maybe you'd have a code and then you'd like type in the code or something, and then all the cameras would be like and like kind of like robot up and like frame themselves, and the lighting, like that would be pretty tight. I think we're pretty far away from that. I don't know how long that is. Like, I feel like there's a lot of shit that would have to go into it. Like there would need to be like some sort of mechanism to focus, some sort of mechanism to move the tripod, some sort of mechanism for this shit. So I think potentially maybe like, you know, in 10, 20 years, like that could be a capacity. But I don't know if in our organization we would fully remove somebody, because like I said, our main priority is to treat everyone like a rock star. So if AI replaced like the operations, I would still have a human there to give them the rock star treatment. You know what I mean?
You have to.
So that would be dope.
Yeah, because AI ain't got a heart. That's one thing I don't like about AI. It can get the job done, but it has a horrible ability to reason.
Yeah, well, I think you just need to use it as a tool. Like it's like, think about it like with a car. Like, you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers riding horses, and then they got a car, and it was like, whoo, we were moving. Same with the airplane. Like, you know, it's just a piece of technology. I think how we are right now with AI, like we're on the precipice, like how before we had an iPhone in our pocket. Like, you know, all the shit we could do on our phone now, and like how that changed our society. It's the same with AI. Like, we're on the same type of precipice of like changing human behavior, and hopefully for the better. You know what I mean? I think I just read a couple autobiographies, Rockefeller's autobiography, and I'm reading Andrew Carnegie's autobiography, and both common like narratives are, once you've unlocked all the money in the world, right, like all the power, everything there is to reach in this physical dimension, they come back to the purpose of advancing humanity. Like, you know what I mean? But they say that Rockefeller made the schools in order to train people to have jobs and like be like 9-to-5ers. So like, I don't know what's true, but like from reading his autobiography that he actually wrote, like, you know, there was some sort of like good intention behind it. But at the end of the day, like we all have the same capacity to break free from the matrix or from what is given to us. Because like if we don't try, we're gonna get for show some debt, for show a car, and for show a place to live, and for show some like bad food to eat. Like for show you'll get that. Like no matter what, like that's given. You don't even have to try to do that shit. But if you try a little bit, you can get more out of life. You know what I mean? So like you just gotta try. Everyone has the same resources. I didn't come from no silver spoon. I had a very tumultuous childhood, you know, grow up in the streets, trap house to trap house with my dad and stuff. So like I didn't come from that, but I knew I wanted more. Like I just always wanted something else. Like I didn't want that shit. So I kept trying hard and I kept failing. I ate shit a lot, bro. I my first business, I failed when I was 23. I went bankrupt. I lost everything. My second business, I had a music studio and I sold a lot of weed. I sold weed from when I was 18 till I was 27. And I got to
had a green thumb in that
you know sold a lot of weed. And I got indicted for selling weed. They like busted my studio and I got arrested.
You know what? I heard you say that story on a podcast one time. You was like, man, they kicked my shit in.
I got indicted. They was trying to get me to snitch. Man, that's why I'm down. The streets know I held it down too. Like, you know what I mean? So I got good credit everywhere.
So he got good street cred and business cred.
We gonna move out the streets though. We ain't gonna stay there too long.
You don't want
you just gotta know where you come from. But before we get out of here, Oscar, thank you for gracing the front page, baby. We appreciate everything you done. I just want you to look into your camera and you tell that little boy or that little girl who's gonna quit. I ain't gonna say little. You tell that grown man or that grown woman, because right now they ready to quit their 9 to 5 tomorrow and start a podcast as good as you was sounding. You feel me? Look in that camera and tell them what they need to do if they're gonna quit their job tomorrow.
Man, I would say do not quit your job. Don't quit your job until the business is cash flowing enough for you to leave your job. So I would say don't quit your job. Start the side hustle. You know, work on your 9 to 5 to provide for your living, and work 5 to 9 to provide for your legacy. So don't quit. Know that you have to overcome challenges and failures. Like it's delusional to think you're going to be successful off the bat. So be prepared to face the challenge and then be prepared to overcome. There is nothing on this earth that can prevent human persistence from succeeding. So you have to continue to keep trying. Keep trying it, keep doing it. You will be met with failures, you will be met with challenges. And if you choose to stop at that point, that's where you fail. But if you choose to take that information and get back up and try a different thing, try it again with everything you've learned, you will get to that point. You will become successful. Everyone's definition of success is different. So just keep doing it. Keep going after it. Keep putting your best foot forward. And before you know it, you'll look up and be like, holy shit, people think I'm somebody.
Man, thank you, bro. Bob, you got anything to add, man?
Nope.
I'll fix all that in the edit.
No, just thank you, man. Thank you for dropping some gems, man. You was really spitting some knowledge, bars of mindset, business, the structure. I think the viewers gonna have a lot, and myself. To, you know.
No, that ain't on you, bro. It was loose. It's all good.
We have it's a lot to chew on. So we just appreciate you and thank you for coming down, you know, and
gracing the front page,
gracing the front page. We just gonna hold it like this.
You go.
You know what I'm saying?
So, man, you always got to improv, man. Tell them where they can find you, man. Tell them where they can find you, Oscar, before we get out of here, bro.
The Pod Place. There'll be more locations hopefully popping up near you. Just Google the Pod Place. Me personally, Oscar Cardona. You can probably Google that. Oscar Cardona on Instagram. Oscar Cardona on TikTok. Oscar Cardona on YouTube. Man, and hopefully I could add some value. If follow me, I'll follow you back for sure.
That's how it gets down. Well, you know, man, I am one half of the show, Mr. One Gotta Go Show.
Yeah, and I'm the other half, Mr. J Fowl. And this is the Front Page Podcast,
baby. On the front page is Mr. Oscar Cardona. And he dropped some gems on y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, baby. Always. See y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.